Namibia is probably our favorite country in all the countries we visited in Africa. Not because it's just a bunch of extreme sports and adrenaline pumping things to do, which we like to do, but because it had the most beautiful sights. And the most beautiful site is Sossusvlei, which we're going to show you in this video. And the one thing we want to tell you, the bottom line, is make sure you camp inside the park. There are very few spots for this, but camp inside the park because they don't open the park until a certain time. But those that are inside the park get an extra hour on everybody else to go up to the sand dunes, go to Deadvlei, wherever you want to go, and watch the sunrise. Namibia is known as the extreme sports capital of Africa. And for good reason, because there are a lot of things to do. You can do some paragliding. You can ATV through some of the largest dunes in the world. You can try out sandboarding. But don't miss out on the less extreme activities like sightseeing. The best sites are at Sossusvlei. Head there early and camp inside the park.
And of course, we've got our wine that we're gonna drink. And you get yourself a delicious dessert.
Wake up before the sun and climb a sand dune for sunrise. Traveling the world at the pace that we're traveling and trying to see as much as we're trying to see in such a short amount of time is that we don't really do all the research that we could. Maggie does quite a bit of research, and we were told that you can catch the sunrise at Dune 40 or 45. It's supposed to be completely gorgeous. But we look over to our right, there's another dune with a much gentler slope going up, and there's about 40 people climbing it. There's no one climbing this dune. Be super cool like us and climb the wrong sand dune, one that's considered too steep for climbing, and wonder why are there 50 people on the dune beside you. Because this dune is quite aggressive to climb. It's like a 30-degree angle the whole time. We were like huffing and puffing. However, the upside was we had this sand dune all to ourselves. There's no one else here. And finally, head to Deadvlei, a once long ago marsh home to trees that have been dead for over 700 years. This is Deadvlei. You come here to see this. Like, we're making a video because we want to show you guys how beautiful it is, and hopefully we capture that on film, but there's nothing for me to really tell you. This was a river or a water flow. That's what a vlei is, essentially. Like, it's where water stops flowing in the desert. Like, you know, a river doesn't always make it to the ocean. Sometimes here in the desert it just stops and you'll have vegetation, which is what happened here. But this marsh was cut off because the dunes formed differently, and now it's dead, and all of this wood is like petrified. It's, you know, it happened like millions of years ago. Yeah, get here early because it's starting to get pretty warm.
Bring a hat.
Bring a hat. Wear sunscreen.
Lots of water.
Bring some water. Have 2 donuts. That's what I did. 2 donuts.